Computer. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andy Skudimovsky. I am the host of Global Healthy HR Gazette. Today we have Ken. He is an owner of a very exclusive, very high-level search company. I call it search company, but Ken gonna definitely correct me on that. So, Ken, please tell us exactly about your organization, what you do, and how you can support your clients.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Andy. I'm excited to be a part of Global HR. My name is Ken Zwerdling. I run a company called Job Search Coaching. And what we do is help executives all around the world find jobs. So we're not recruiters. We don't work for companies. We don't have open requisitions. We are job search coaches. We help people put all the pieces together so that they can find jobs around the world and manage the day-to-day of their search. It's interesting. I've run several companies before. I've had a long career in corporate, but in the last 40 years that I've been in this industry, I've read 500,000 resumes. I've written 1,000 resumes, helped hundreds and hundreds of people find work. In my day, there was no internet. There was no LinkedIn. There were no job boards. My first job I got through the New York Times. Today, the technology is just so ingrained in how we search. So it's understanding how to leverage that technology to find those jobs. It's interesting. Job search today has many moving parts. And it's not each one individually, it's all of them working together. Most people, Andy, are very good at what they do. They're just not good at communicating what they do
That's
in
true.
writing, um, on your resume and in your online profiles. Most people don't know where to find these jobs. But today, it's not just about finding the jobs, it's having the jobs find you. Companies and hiring managers and recruiters are looking for you. Can they find you? Many people are invisible because they don't create their profiles correctly. Um, People don't effectively prepare for interviews. Interviewing with a 25-year-old HR talent acquisition person is different than interviewing with a hiring manager. How do you move through the process? LinkedIn, I love LinkedIn. I've been studying it for almost 20 years, all the different versions, paid versions, back end, front end, how to optimize your profile. Many people are invisible on LinkedIn because they didn't create their profile correctly. So putting all these pieces together, all working together, helps you, one, be found, and two, helps you find openings. And today, job openings are posted every single day. There is no shortage of openings. What there is tremendous competition for these roles, right? So even though your resume is, the companies you work for and your roles and responsibilities and accomplishments and achievements and quantifiable and measurable metrics and your education and your certifications and your training, what happens is when people read these resumes, two things happen that cannot happen. And that's one, they have too many questions, or two, they're confused. If any of those things happen, your resume is disregarded. So the problem is, Andy, everybody's got an opinion about resumes. You ask
True.
10 people and you get 25 responses. The issue is you need to be listening to the people who understand it. Because if you get the resume right, it flows through to the rest of the process. If you don't get the resume right, you're disregarded in the first 15 seconds of your application. So that's why it's important to get it right.
And you are on
Now,
something, Ken. You know why? I'm going to tell you something. Recently, in the last 5 years, I've met many recruiters. And what I've noticed, they become extremely lazy. What I mean,
yes,
they love to have everything showcased for them in a manner that I don't know, maybe they have lack of understanding of the profession they're recruiting to, that even if something is absolutely obvious, they still will ask you to showcase that on your CV. And I'm always was wondering if is that some modern time and I need to give up and simply do that. Examples I can give you was so on my CV I have stated that I represented my organizations in employment tribunals in the UK and abroad, Germany, France. And then the recruiter asked me, but yes, can you do a court bundle? A court, and I was like, this is self-explanatory. How I can go to tribunal without court bundle. This is like,
Right.
you know, can you do you know how to breathe? You can't go to tribunal. You can go to anywhere without the the way how you collect evidence because you can argue the case. So I always was like, is it something new or am I wrong to
So
say that ah, they should know it?
everyone has an opinion, but in the 7 years we've been in business, we've helped close to 450, 460 people find work. If you add up all the salaries, it's about $53 million that we have helped people get. Now, the big issue is when you're applying, we could apply today for a job and someone could call us tomorrow for an interview. But we could apply today, and someone could get back to you for a month. A lot of the talent acquisition and HR departments of corporations are broken. The way people submit applications, the way they are reviewed, the way they are unprofessional and don't reach back out, don't follow up. People get ghosted all the time. So the key here is using all the tools because you never know where the job opportunity is coming from. And too many people are focusing on one or two. Yes, the job boards are important, but they're really only important for two reasons. One, people are looking for you, and two, new jobs are posted every day. And in today's economy, you can't apply to a job that's a week or 2 weeks old. It's too late. You have to apply to jobs that are 2 days old or potentially got posted this morning. That way you have a better chance. Now, it's also interesting that not all companies post on the boards, but every company has a career page on their website that they post internal openings. So what are those top companies you want to work for? Reach out to those companies. The other thing is, in my day, we used recruiters and we leveraged our network. But today, even during COVID, when there were no jobs, people said leverage your network. The problem is you don't know if there are any openings at that company. But there are ways to export your LinkedIn connections
Yes.
into an Excel spreadsheet and sort them by title and by company. Here's the best way to use your network. If you apply to a job and you have a connection at that company, reach out to that person because they can refer you down to HR. Coming from an internal recruiter has so much more weight than just applying cold. Now, there's a myth out there that says you have to customize every application for every job opening.
Yes.
And that is incorrect. The goal is to effectively capture your background and find jobs that match your background. Don't try to fit yourself into an opening. You're chasing the opening. You're not going to get picked. They're going to pick the people who have the 5 criteria: title, industry, years of experience, salary, and now geography because of on-site, hybrid, remote, right? So people waste time with so much time to do that. And there's
Amen.
really no benefit.
I
Okay.
100% in agreement with you, Ken. If I'm saying that you need to uh, tailor your CV, and to be honest, because I've been doing HR for 20 years, so I know when I have CV in front of me and was tailored directly to my job advertisement. And when you're
Yes.
doing interview, it's easy to catch up. Ask about the details. So, example, I had a gentleman. He claimed that he worked in HR. he managed HR in Netherlands. So I asked him what it is, what kind of institution you need to communicate if you wanna
Right.
terminate someone's employment. The key is
Ah,
there is no, the correct version is to set employment aside, to set the contract aside, not terminate. So if this person is not correcting me on my own mistake, what I did deliberately, I know that he basically used AI to
right.
just copy paste and create that. So I know that he most likely never actually had any interaction in a HR in the Netherlands because he couldn't have. Because anyone who
So,
had would correct me straight away that I'm mistaken.
right. Now, we can have a whole discussion on
I know.
AI and job search for another day. But what's interesting is when you submit a resume. So, in my former life, one of my companies, I wrote business plans for startup companies. I wrote 100-page business plans that then had to be condensed into a 2-page executive summary, that then had to be condensed into a 2-paragraph executive summary, and then had to be condensed into a 120-character headline. So when you're writing your resume, that professional summary, that 2 or 3 paragraphs that summarize your 25 years of experience, has to blow people away. Because if they're reading it, if they're not blown away, they're not getting to page 3. And you also have to remember the resume serves multiple audiences. The HR person, many resumes that we do are too technical. They don't understand it. So they're looking for some things, but the hiring manager is looking for other things. So you have to make sure that the resume serves multiple audiences. I ran a language translation and interpreting company for many years, and we had translators in 100 countries. We had 3,000 translators. I learned how to communicate digitally in the online environment, and learned about um, job search and economics and politics and philosophy and religion and culture and all of this. So the key is, we have clients in Latin America, we have clients in Africa, Asia, Europe, etc. It's not the same. It's different. And knowing how to communicate in a digital environment versus in my day, we took a resume and we put it in the mail with a stamp and we sent it to the company. And then they would send us a letter in the mail back. It's changed so much in 40 years. And AI is changing, it's accelerating, it's weeding people out. But I still feel if you put all these pieces together and you have someone like us manage the day to day, this is all we do. We do physical applications for our clients. We've applied to hundreds of thousands of jobs. We can look at a job description in 10 seconds and know if it's a fit or not. Don't waste your time applying to the wrong job. People are picking the wrong jobs to apply to. So what used to take a few months is now taking 3, 4 months just because of the competition, the uncertainty in the global geopolitical environment. So people get ghosted, there's unprofessionalism. You have to be able to handle rejection. Every day you get rejected, you got to let it go. I've had people go through 8 interviews and come in second, right? And their salary, their comp was like $800,000, and they were devastated. So I said, okay, take a few days off, but get back on the horse, because you have to be able to do that.
And I think, Ken, that would be a fantastic centerpiece of our meeting today. Thank you very much, Ken. The link to Ken's company and email are below, so please click in and contact Ken directly as if you feel that you need support in finding the job. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.